went to something called a corn feed. A corn feed is something where you show up, you pay some money for some food like a brat, a hot dog, or a pork chop on a stick, and you get free corn as much as you want, like a crap ton of it. So I go to this corn feed and they have a bunch of vendors there. We walk through and we're like just tooling along, and all of a sudden I come across this sign, and I know you can't see it all in one swoop because my craft area is a little tiny, but here it is. It says okay, hold on, I gotta KwitcherBitchen. It literally is the most fabulous thing I've ever seen. I mean, my mom said this to us all the time.
Yeah, Mom, this is what you said.
You said KwitcherBitchen.
So I found this. Whoa, I'm running into things here.
Let's see if I can do this again. KwitcherBitchen.
KwitcherBitchen.
Like, I'll put a photo up or something. I just thought it was freaking hilarious and I had to have it. I didn't care what it cost. This was handmade. I don't want to leave it like this because it's boring. I like the wood texture. I'm even willing to leave some of the wood texture, but not all of it. Maybe it'll end up that I paint the whole dang thing. Who knows? What I am gonna do right this second is I'm gonna try and find some sandpapers. Ooh. This is my stash of sandpapers. I think I need to rough this up if I'm gonna put some kind of paint on there, because it will not stick. I mean, it might stick. He said it's a very light coating on here, but I just don't want to take the chance of whatever I do not sticking to this. And part of whatever I do, I have a gazillion stencils because I love them, and I find that I don't use them as much as I say I love them. What I was thinking about doing is maybe painting the inside black or another color, whatever, and then using a stencil for the outside flat surfaces, and then coating this with like paint. And I'm not sure what stencil to do. This is like a wood grain, and here's a fancy dancy one. I think it's kind of fun and free love and stuff. It's like super passive aggressive, like all Minnesotans are kind of. Well, not all of them. I can't lump every single person that lives in Minnesota as a passive aggressive person, but probably only the people that grew up here.
Whatever.
Be like, oh, it's KwitcherBitchen, but I mean it in the most lovable possible way. There's this one that is like,
oh, I'm super fancy, and I live in a house where you must take off your shoes at all times, and I don't want you to touch the walls.
And that's what this one is like. And this one, I think is kind of counterintuitive, really, because this is wood, so I could just leave it as wood. I'm gonna say that the wood grain stencil
is out. You are not gonna be the top stencil.
Okay, goodbye. Okay, now it's between these three.
And that's just the way it is.
This one is like that. Yeah, I don't like this one right away. Hold on, let me move that. Now that it's out on the package on here, I am just not feeling it. So the hoity-toityness is out. I suppose I don't really need to put all these stencils back in their package.
But I do, because I'm crazy like that.
Right now, it's between Mini Daisy Cluster or the hearts. And this is really hard. Am I gonna get doxxed on YouTube for saying KwitcherBitchen? Do I have to like bleep that out? I suppose it doesn't matter because I'm not monetized. So it's not like I'm making a living doing these videos, you know what I'm saying? I suppose I could just say and then nobody would care.
But I would because I'm a good Christian girl.
Oh my gosh, I'm going to hell. I suppose I could do it that way. Or this. I can't make up my mind. That or that. That or that. It's that. This is gonna be hard because this is a very delicate stencil, and I'm not using ink, I'm using paint. I'm just really gonna have to be very careful. Let's start by sanding this. All right. It's roughed up. I'm just gonna spritz it down with some water. This isn't working either because the paper towel is like grabbing onto the rough parts in there. All right, it's as good as it's gonna get, I think. I don't know what I want to do for the background. I almost want to do like black and white. I could fill in these with like multiple colors, which is why I'm kind of excited about it. So I think I might do a black border with black letters and then fill this in with white. I don't know. Really, if you think about it, I could just do the whole thing black and then stencil this with white. But then if I do stencil it with white, the black background will stand out and outline this. Do you see what I'm saying? I mean, I can always like strip this if I don't like it, I suppose. That's a whole lot of work, but I would do it. And now I'm finding that there are hairs all over this thing. So I think I might need to just brush this and get this crap out of here. And I could just spray paint it so that's not bulky. Then you can see the whole sign too. Okay, that was really dusty. I'm stuck on the black. I really want it to be black and then push this out with white. I think that would have the best results. I do have black, but I don't have spray paint black. I don't feel like going to the store to get black spray paint. Although black spray paint would probably be the best and most smooth operation, I'm gonna go the hard way and use acrylic paint. Oh, I need water. Oh, I got my black paint.
Well, that was pleasant.
And to speed this up, I'm just gonna throw some water into the dish. What kind of brush do I want to use? I think I'm gonna use this baby paint brush. Yeah, I don't know how I feel. Am I supposed to feel something right now?
What would warrant KwitcherBitchen to be said to you by your own mother?
I'm hungry. Mom, can I have a piece of candy? Mom, can I have a cookie? Mom! And she'd be like, what? And I'd be like, I need some candy. And she'd be like, KwitcherBitchen. Kind of like that. Or, Mom, can I go out, all my friends, and stay out until like midnight? And she'd be like, no. And I'd be like, Mom, all my friends are doing it. And then she's like, you're not all your friends. And I'd be like, come on, Mom. And then she'd be like, KwitcherBitchen. Kind of like that. Ooh, this is starting to look okay. I think with another coat, it'll look fine. Alright, I'm gonna try and get this other end done. I choose black because I think it would match a lot of my decor. I have a lot of black furniture. Well, I think that's how I'm gonna leave it right now. It looks like I stained it, and I don't like that at all. So hopefully, when I come back to this, it's gonna look way better after the second coat. I'm telling you that this has to be dark like this.
No.
Nikki.
No.
Yeah. It has to be dark to have a really nice outline right here.
Okay, what are you doing with the stencils and why are you making it so dark?
It has to be dark to get a good outline when I put the stencil on it. So when I do the white on the stencil, there'll be a black background so that this, the actual daisy, is gonna, don't look at me. The actual daisy is gonna show up as an outline. Nikki, work with my vision here.
Can't see the vision.
The vision is real. Nikki, maybe do some yoga poses. And then I'll talk to you about it. And then it'll enter your brain a little bit easier. You just don't understand my vision.
Dark.
Once it's dry, I'll lighten it up, you know?
Sending that to Melissa. Let's go to Melissa. I think it's wrong.
It's not wrong. You just don't understand the vision, you know?
She's all excited about it.
Who is?
Melissa.
She gets it. I think you need to do some yoga.
I'm gonna go find some food.
I have mushrooms in the crock.
I don't want mushrooms.
Good. What? Alright, I think I got this almost done. Enough at least to do the stencil. I have to tell you what happened here. I did all the stenciling, which by the way I need to put in water because
It's gonna dry.
I started stenciling everything, and then it moved and it started to look really busy, just like Nikki said. I got really disappointed and I thought, oh, I can't add any color to this because it's gonna get even more busy. And then I made a mark like this across, and I really enjoy what that looks like. It's kind of like a old vintage worn out pattern or some sort of whatever. You might be like, whatever, lady, this looks like super crazy. But I don't care because I like it. What I'm gonna do is keep putting a little bit more white on there. To do any kind of stenciling, you want a dry brush. You don't want to add any water whatsoever, and you want to have as little bit of paint on your brush as possible. In this instance, I'm using a foam brush because I couldn't find my stenciling brushes for whatever reason. It's possible because I'm living in a hobbit hole and I have no room, but we make do, and I found a foam brush and this works just fine. As I'm dry brushing, I just really want to lightly touch it on there. I'm just doing layer after layer after layer really lightly, and I can even do different strokes like this to kind of fan out the horizontal or just give it a different kind of look, like maybe a linen look. I don't like this space right here, so I think I'm gonna try and blend that out. I'm gonna also make a little bit more white space by the K, which is the first letter that you're going to read, and I'm kind of making an effort to line the bottoms and edges with the white, just to kind of, not to really frame it, but to kind of frame it. You know what I'm talking about. So this is definitely imperfection at its best, because that's what makes the best stuff, is when you make mistakes and you make the best out of it. Because I don't know, it would have been really cool to have this thing turn out the way I thought it was going to turn out, but ultimately I like this better. So I almost need to stop because I don't want to get too white. I don't know about you ladies, but I'm really tempted to do a little light pink on here. As much as it kills me, I think if I do that, I'm gonna wreck it, but I really want to do it. Okay, what's a little bit gonna hurt? I'm just mixing it with the white that was on there. Maybe just do it on the edge. You guys, I'm super pumped right now and I'm a little afraid. I'm kind of dabbing some of the pink off of here. I just don't want it to be like, oh look it, I'm pink. Like, I don't want that. Okay, where's the paper towels? I wrecked it. This is how little I want that pink on there.
All the girls like pink in the yard. Boom, ba-doo, 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 boo.
That looks better now that there's pink to look at rather than just this blah white error that I made. And right now, just because I'm tempted to add more pink, I'm gonna go wash this out. I have a bunch of white that's in that black lettering. So we're gonna go back in with the Mars Black. Ooh, this is really small and in the, yeah, I think I'm gonna do this. So I'm gonna try this super small brush right here. And I've got a little bit of water in my pan. I'm just using a cap for my palette. And I'm using some acrylic paint right out of the tube, and I mix it with a tiny bit of water. Not much though, because I really want this to be thick. Remember in the beginning, we kind of just layered it in there really lightly? Not this time. I also want to take this time to talk about Sassy's new look.
Dang it, dang it.
I found her through Sherry. She's a fan of this channel and she comments below. I just love it. Hi Sherry. Her and Chrissy, I think they either have a business or they're friends, and I went to Chrissy and she designed Sassy Jax, the avatar, and then I took what she designed and I created some thumbnails and an intro and an outro, and I hope you guys like it. The only issue is that Sassy has gray hair because when I had this done, I didn't have a midlife crisis at the time, and now I have red hair because I dyed my hair red because I was mistaken for my 70-year-old mother. Being 45 and having a full head of gray hair, it kind of felt empowering at times, and then other times I was offered the senior discount wherever I went, which by the way is not a bad deal if you really want to take advantage of the system.
I mean, really.
I just felt very uncomfortable with people thinking that I was 25 years older than I really was. And so yeah, I had a mental breakdown. Okay, not really, but you know what I mean. One night, my sister and a friend were over at the house and they're just like, oh my gosh, stop talking about it. Go do your freaking hair. And so I'm at the Dollar General and my sister's like, pick a color. Yeah, she was the hair Nazi. Can I say Nazi on this channel? Because I had every reason in the world not to dye my hair. Because I was like, it's cool to be gray at 45. Why should girls have to dye their hair? Well, then somebody thinks you're 70 and that's over with. So Sassy is the real true me. She's like 70 and gray, and she's sassy. She says whatever the heck she wants because she's sassy, and that's what old people do. They're like, I've had it. I don't want nothing to do with this world anymore. I don't care what you think of me. I'm gonna say what I want no matter what, and that is sassy. So anything crafty, and you ladies know this, right? You have to have patience to an extent, and then after that, after you're done with all your
Well, shit. Dang it.
Okay, so after you're done with your patience, like everybody says, like you're supposed to have patience.
Oh, my eye is twitching. I can't see.
So after you're done with all your patience, that's when crafters and artists get really mean.
Like, I've had it. I don't need this crap anymore. Who cares about this stuff? I mean, so what? So it looks like that. I'm gonna call it art. I meant to do that. It means like far away in a funny land, had this experience with a goat, and it made me think about this existential experience from the planet Zoolander, and I decided to make a rainbow with some zigzag stripes because it's about the plight of us all coming out into our true selves.
And in reality, you're just like,
dang it,
I made a mistake. But you have to make it work, man. That's part of being an artist. They should really call it
people being bullshit artists.
Because how else can you get people to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to like buy mistakes that hang on the wall? But nobody will tell you that. Or maybe they will. Maybe I'll get all the artist people like up in a tizzy and stuff, and then somebody will make like a drama video about my channel, and all these haters will come to my channel, and then I'll be like famous YouTuber because somebody hated on me. But in reality, people will come to my channel and be like, oh my god, I have to watch this chick because she makes lots of mistakes on her art projects, and she tells me it's a mistake, and I like to hear that it's a mistake. And then they sub to my channel, and then they like it. And then YouTube finally reinstates my monetization, which it took away.
Yeah, YouTube. I'm talking to you.
But luckily, I'm up to, as of today, and I totally freaked out about it on my Facebook page, I'm up to 450 subscribers. Thank you. My life has been validated. You guys are amazing for even wanting to watch my crazy.
My pretty little, happy little mistakes
that turn into art. Because this is not what I intended to be doing at almost midnight o'clock on a Monday night.
Dang it! I can't even handle it. I want to be in my bed sleeping, and I can't until this is done. Why?
Sassy, get a hold of yourself. Can you even see a difference on the screen? I mean, I don't even know if you guys can tell what I'm doing here.
Oh, I got the eye twitches again. No.
I'm trying really hard to keep this in the lines. I mean, this is what they teach you in freaking kindergarten. Can she do it?
Can she stay in the lines?
I don't know. Maybe. Okay, I got the bitchin' part done.
Ooh, it's so bitchin'.
And I don't even have it done that good, but it's as good as it's gonna get. I mean, remember, I want this to look like an amateur did it. And heck, if I ain't doing a good job of that.
I'm an amateur.
And honestly, I've been painting since I'm in, let's see, my sister got me a canvas, paintbrush, and set. I think I was in 7th grade or something. 6th grade? I don't know. Made like a forest scene or some church thing in the winter. Because apparently I'm obsessed with winter scenes and trees and churches because I've done quite a few of them. Maybe it's because I wanted to be a nun when I was a kid. I'm sure every little girl wants to grow up and be a nun, but that's what I wanted to do. And I'm close enough to it. I mean, frick, I've been single for 10 years. I might as well be a nun. Has it been 10 years? I don't even know. Maybe it's 9, 8, 9. Who's counting?
Dang it. Dang it. Stop. I have black paint all over me. This is getting ridiculous.
I'm supposed to be doing the wall mural, not this. And why am I doing this? Because I'm petrified to start that stupid wall mural. For whatever reason, I think that if I make a mistake on the wall, I'm not going to be able to paint over it. It's just the most ludicrous thing ever. Like, the wall is more important than a canvas or a freaking etched sign that I spent 15 bucks on. I didn't spend anything on that stupid wall. Okay, I'm on the H.
Moving on up.
Gotta I'm knocking over all my stuff in here. All right, here we go with the C. I have paint on here and I don't want to waste it, so I kind of want to go around the edges, and I was gonna wait until tomorrow to pull this off, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna do it right now. Oh my god. Oh dang it. See, that's why I got my paint out, because I gotta like fix that up because it came off right there. I even used painter's tape, but maybe I pushed down too hard on it, or maybe it was wet when I put it on there and didn't realize it.
Dang it.
I cannot get this off my hands. I am just gonna use a really nice brown brush for this and take just a tiny bit and paint. Oh well, it's on the bottom. You really won't see it a whole ton. I'm just filling in some of these, just make it a little bit more black and to use up this paint. I mean, not doing anything fancy. I just have to be careful not to get it on the white and the pink that I just worked so dang hard on, because that would be a tragedy. I need to fill this in. I don't know if you can see that. Maybe you can, maybe you can't, but it needs to be darker. See what I'm talking about that white spot right there? But I think that the pink kind of like deters you away from it a little bit. There are other white spots too, you know? I made them just to kind of draw your eye through. Anyway, okay then, I have to go to bed. Okay, bye. So everything's dry, and I think I'm gonna sand it a little bit to give it a little bit more texture. I don't know what grit this is. 140. Good. Now I gotta take this outside and get rid of all this dust. I took it outside, I tried to get some of the stuff out of there. It didn't work, so I have to wet it and get this crap out. I have to say I really like it a lot. I think it's cool. Now it just needs to dry so I can seal it. I think I'm gonna do that with a spray paint, like a spray sealer. My voice is a little off. I'm sick. Summer sickness. That's the ticket. I used a clear frosted pearl finish by Rust-Oleum. I just saw clear when I grabbed it. I didn't really realize it was frosted pearl, which is fine. It's not like you can really see it from far away, but there's little sparklies in it. I don't know if I can get this so you can see it. Anyway, this is all sealed now, and I was gonna hang it up, but then I realized I turned this over and it has this strip on the back, and I need to add these on there, so I'm gonna take care of that and get it hung up so I can show you it on my wall. So the Canadian wildfires are causing havoc with the air quality, and I have difficulty breathing due to a birth defect that I have. So if you notice, I generally take every breath out of my videos so you don't have to hear my labored breathing all the time, because it's all the time. Doesn't matter if I'm at rest or anything. Being that I have this condition, any abnormalities in the air quality I feel immediately. It is kicking my butt. I am home and I'm unable to go out and do anything until this is squashed. In the meantime, let's get this taken care of. But I apologize for sounding so sick. So I think what I want to do is about an inch down on either side. Maybe I want to do more closer in. I'm gonna try and hang it up. So now nobody can come in here and bitch. Thanks for joining me today. If you want to see what else I create on this channel,
like acrylic paintings, greeting cards, stamping, die cutting, and recycled art, furniture, all kinds of things,
consider subscribing, because I'd love to have you as a viewer. Until next time, love your guts. Bye!